Well, hello there, my fellow rushers. How are you doing today? King Rex here, and today I've decided to try out an interesting challenge. And the challenge is, can you beat Kingdom Rush Origins post-game on Veteran or Impossible mode with only Forest Keepers and Bravebark? Now, I know that the real Morgan made a similar video, but I talked to him on Discord and he said it's okay if I do it, so yeah. With that out of the way, let's jump in right into it and see how easy or hard it will be to beat this game that way. But before we begin, we have to explain the rules of the challenge real quick, so here you go. Rule number 1, we're beating the post game only, which is this campaign, this one, and that one. Rule number 2, we're playing on the highest difficulty available, which is Impossible mode. However, if I feel like a level is too hard or I just can't pull it off, I'm gonna turn down the difficulty down to Veteran, and I'll let you know when this happens. And rule number 3, what can we use? Well, we can only use Forest Keepers and Bravebark. I was thinking about using Bruce, however I feel like Bravebark is a little bit more fitting because, you know, they're Guardians of the Forest and he's a literal tree, so it's a little bit more fitting to me. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. Can we beat a game like this? And is it even possible? Well, without any further ado, let's get right into it! Well, what do we have here? First level. Should be easy, right? Not actually, no. It is surprisingly difficult. Because would you look at here? Oh my god, it's actually kind of challenging. Yeah, indeed it is. It's pretty tough to say the least. Thankfully there was a guy on YouTube by the name of Satieto or Satieto, I don't know. I'm probably butchering your name, I apologize, but basically this guy beat this level on Veteran with these restrictions and I watched his video and it was pretty helpful. Thank you, man. I really appreciate your support. He's also a Kingdom Rush YouTuber, so if you're interested and you want to see more Kingdom Rush content, go check him out. I'll leave a link to his channel down into the description. And yeah, as you can see, we're struggling. Especially against the Blood Gnomes, because they're pretty much the most annoying enemy in this game, at least for me. They're fast, they do a lot of damage, so they can shred through your ranks very quickly, and on top of that they're just, you know, tanky. They have like 550 health on Impossible mode. I'm not sure if their health is getting increased on Impossible mode. I'm pretty sure it's the same as Veteran, but for sure they do more damage. I feel like they do 20 to 40 damage, while on Veteran they did like 16 to 32, so it's definitely some difference. It's definitely a decent jump. And we're gonna have this guy ramming our ass for a while, which you saw on the top, the blue orc, the orc magi. And this guy basically is like Etin 2.0, really high regeneration, he does a lot of damage, and he helps out other units around him, giving them even more regeneration or something like that. He's pretty annoying to say the least. Then we also have this guy, the big red orc. Basically he transforms little gnomes into blood gnomes, which is pretty devastating, and I'm not doing a really good job at stalling them, as you can see. It's kinda rough, but you know, we're doing pretty decent for now, at least. Malik over here, you know, before he got ripped. I mean, sure, he is pretty sexy over there with that afro. He looks pretty cool, but I don't know. He's helping out at least, you know, he's doing some damage, you know, he's not a bad hero. However, yeah, we lost quite a few lives to the flying enemies, but you know, Proteans are pretty difficult to say the least. And this level is kind of rough to see, because I mean, look at that, we have 3 paths that we have to defend at the same time. Which is not really easy, but basically you have to make one path strong enough to sustain itself with very little help and focus on the other 2 paths. At least that's what I think it's supposed to be. And yeah, I mean, it's not going all that well, but you know, 11 hearts, we're at least surviving for now. However, here we have a lot of enemies, and it's getting pretty overwhelming, or at least that's what it looks like, but surprisingly no, Forest Keepers are able to keep them up pretty easily, actually. Like, I'm impressed. Forest Keepers are actually really good. I mean, yeah, they do true damage. They use this Thorny Vine ability that slows down enemies and damages them. And on top of that, they just do true damage and regenerate left and right. So, what there's not to like? They're awesome. However, they're a little bit expensive, and this will be kind of an issue with this level. because wave 14 was just devastating to say the least. Because look at that. Look at all these add-ins. Like, how am I supposed to stall them? Even the lighting doesn't kill them. The freaking lighting, the juice from Zeus himself is not strong enough. Well, let's try it again. Maybe there will be some improvement, maybe there will not be. By the looks of it, there will not be. Ah, come on. Now, this is a little sample because I've been doing this level for about 6 hours and I just couldn't get past wave 14. It's really hard. And before you all just say, oh, it's actually not that hard, it's actually pretty easy when you do this and this and this. Yeah, but believe me, I'm spending way more time than I actually need to, because I actually, I'm busy, senior year of high school, a bunch of exams coming up, so I don't have the entire time in the world to do this challenge. So unfortunately, after 6 hours of rage and all, I decided to turn down the difficulty down to veteran mode. And on veteran it still is pretty difficult to say the least. It's not quite as hard as impossible, but it's still difficult nonetheless. And now here we are back again at wave 14. We're doing the usual, insta-killing the Org Magi, because he's pretty awful. We're trying to separate them away from the Athens, because if they combine, we're screwed nonetheless. Even if you're doing it on easy, you're screwed. So yeah, this time we're doing much better, surprisingly. I mean, yeah, the Athens, they get pretty big boost on impossible mode. They go from 1100 health all the way up to 1500 health, which is a pretty big jump. And yeah, they're a pain in the butt, but here we're finally getting to wave 15, and it's actually not as hard as wave 14 for some reason. Like, wave 15 is surprisingly easy. I mean, look at that. No issues whatsoever. Blood nose everywhere. We have these blood orgs. We have some org magi over there. And pretty easy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised how easy it is. And now here I'm just waiting, preparing for the boss. And I definitely took a little bit more time than I should have, but better be safe than sorry after all. And yeah, now here he is. Ram the Beheader. Will he do something today? Will he rush through the exit? Look at that, his health just melts. What an easy boss. I'm sure we have Orc Magi destroying us, but it doesn't matter, look at his health. He's gonna go down in 3, 2, and 1. Destroyed. Well, that was somewhat easy. Sure, I wasn't able to pull it off on impossible, but hey, I feel like it is doable, I just don't have the energy and time to do it. So yeah, now this one. This one was not too bad. Honestly, this is my first attempt, and it's not going all that well. 7 lives, it could have been better. The issue is that I haven't played this mini campaign in quite a long time, so I kind of forgot about what comes on which wave, so I went into it a little unprepared. I was just swinging it and seeing what happens. And unfortunately, there's quite a lot of issues. We have heretics that just disable your units, making them useless. We also have the golems that have high armor and 5000 health on impossible mode, so yeah. And the Avengers, they do like 100 to 125 damage, like what? So yeah, we lost the first time, so the next time I just upped my game, improved my micro, got a better timing of my abilities, and we just destroyed everything this time. We're doing much better for now. I mean, yeah, 9 lives, not that much of an improvement, but hey, it's better than nothing. And yeah, we just have to insta-kill the heretics with Bravebark and try your best to kill them as fast as possible, because if you leave them for too long, they're just gonna disable too many units and you're gonna get overrun. And as far as the golems go, just try your best to keep them away from the forest keepers, because if they get to them and you don't have the circle of life ability, you're dead. That's as simple as that. And this time, however, we beat it. The golem takes quite a while, but he goes down in the end nonetheless. And now for this level, where we have to fight Bejnemen the Hateful. This guy, man, he is really awful. I've always had issues with this boss. Even to this day, I still see some struggles with beating this level normally on impossible mode. I mean, wave 15, sure, it's pretty difficult. I mean, look at that. Look at all of these mounted Avengers and golems that we're getting. Yeah, it doesn't look good, man. It doesn't look good. We leaked quite a few lives, and we're gonna survive it with 6 lives. And we're unprepared. Oh my god. Well, hello, irrational person who wants to bang me. How are you doing? Oh, you're doing fine, and you're gonna bang my ass. Alright. Let's get on with it, because look at that. Look at his health. His health is going down very, very slowly. And keep in mind that we have a lot of units on top of him, so... Yeah, the first attempt goes really, really badly, and we basically make barely any progress, so he just ends up overwhelming us in the end. Alright then, well, we have to be a little bit more careful this time, and, you know, plan just plan a little bit better and be careful. That's what we need to do. Now, I know it is doable, you know, with Forest Keepers only, because back in the day, Shy Guy Mask made a video where he was trying to beat the post-game of Kingdom Hearts Origins on... I'm not sure if he did it on Veteran or Impossible mode, but he definitely did this level with Forest Keepers and Phoenix, and he did it pretty efficiently, and it looked pretty easy on there, but when I'm doing it here, it looks a lot more difficult, you know. Just looking at something and trying it out for yourself are two completely different things. So don't judge me. Unless you tried this and succeeded in it, you can't judge me, alright? That's the deal. Unless you try this level. Oh, alright, here we go again. Wave 15. This time we're doing a little bit better, you know, looks a lot better. I wouldn't say a lot, but, you know, it's definitely improving. However, this was after approximately 3 hours, so... Yeah, this is a very little sample. Because in total, I was doing this on Impossible mode for... probably 7 hours. It was quite a long time on this level, and I've been trying it for so long, like, I don't know how many times I've died to this boss, but this boss is ridiculous. Like, on Impossible mode, with Forest Keepers, I think it's a big no-no. At least with Bravebark. Maybe with the Phoenix it will be possible, but Bravebark, he just ain't cutting it. And as you can see, unfortunately, yet again, the boss gets through. I just couldn't stop him, man. He's too strong. So yeah, unfortunately, I had to turn down the difficulty down to Veteran again. I know, it's sad, but I just can't do it, man. I'm not that great at the game. Wow, what a surprise. I mean, yeah, I'm not doing these challenges just because I want to show off and be, you know, outstanding or anything. I just have fun with the game. But you know, when you're doing a level for over 7 hours and you lose to the last wave, aka the boss, over and over and over again, it starts to get pretty enraging and you want to break your monitor every time you see his face. So in order to not break my monitor, I turned down the difficulty and it's going a little bit better, you know, 14 hearts, not bad. The golems are definitely much easier. And the boss, I mean, he's not too different, he has like 2000 health less, so he should be slightly easier. And now this time, let's up the micro. Alright then, Bravebark, come on. We have to be careful. You can't die, alright? You need to survive in order to taunt the boss. We have to taunt him to death. Oh yes. Go, Bravebark. Good, he got regenerated by the Forest Keepers, that's nice. Keep regenerating, Bravebark. Good. Oh no, he's in the middle. Oh no. Oh! Alright, then Bravebark died. Alright, it's getting pretty spicy now. Alright, come on, Forest Keepers, keep him up. Keep him up and toss your spears from the great oak tree and just destroy this stupid little centipede that has been taunting me for the past 7 hours. And he will go down. Oh yeah. Finally he went down. This level, honestly, I don't think it's possible on Impossible mode. And if you can do it, well, congratulations, you're better than me, but please send me a video of you doing it, or, you know, you can send me a video or a screenshot. It will be awesome to see this. And yeah, now we're up to the last area, the last 2 levels, and this one was pretty easy. I mean, look at that, we're 7 hearts, and I'm saying it's easy, so something is gonna happen, right? Well, yes, it is, because I used my lighting prematurely, and I ended up getting overrun, right at the very end. Alright, let's go again. Here we go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. And yeah, basically you just have to time your lighting a little bit better and be careful, and you should be beating this level with relative ease. And yeah, basically the spitters, these guys, they have high armor on Impossible mode, hence why they're kinda tough to take down. You just have to stall them and let the Forest Keepers hack away at them with their true damage oak spears, and you should be Gucci. And skill some of them with Bravebark and we will succeed. And now for this one, Tainted Pit. Now this one I just wanted to beat at least one boss on impossible mode, and I was determined to beat this one. And I was like, you know what? The other two bosses ran me down like an animal, but this one, if I get run down by this boss, I'm just giving up on Origins. I will admit that I'm not good at this game, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Forest Keepers are doing pretty well. Bravebark, even though he's dying quite a lot, he's doing a decent job. You know, he's an additional blocker, so you know, he's not useless. However, Wave 15 got pretty sketchy because we have quite a few shadow champions that do group damage and they're kind of devastating. We have spitters in the back, and yeah, they're making quite further progress, so that's getting a little scary. But thankfully the Forest Keepers do true damage, and regardless of their armor, they're gonna get melted. Wow, Forest Keepers rock, man. Indeed they do. And now here he is, Goliath, or Goliath, the demon from the Peak of Destiny. And if you don't know what it is, go Google it. It's from a band named Tenacious D. One of the best bands that I've ever listened to, by the way. Highly recommend you to check it out. And yeah, this boss is getting destroyed, but however I end up messing it up, and we may lose some lives here and there, maybe. I don't know. We lost some lives, whatever. The boss will go down! Oh yeah! So, in the end, the question must be answered. Can you beat Kingdom Hearts Origins post-game on Veteran with only Forest Keepers and Bravebark? For sure, yes. Can you beat everything on Impossible mode? Maybe, but I wasn't able to quite pull it off. Even though most of the levels I was able to do on Impossible mode, some of them I end up doing it on Veteran, and, you know, it was Beheader's Seat and the level with Benjamin. So yeah guys, well, that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate you for sticking around to the end. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content in the future, and while you're at it, drop a like on the video. It means a lot to me. And I'll see you in the next video. Until it comes, that was King Rexy, over and out.